Hello, you are watching News 9 Live. Our top story at this hour, it's a race to rescue the 41 workers trapped inside the partially collapsed tunnel in Uttarkashi. And there is light at the end of the tunnel. The rescue workers are barely 10 to 12 meters away from reaching the trapped workers. Nearly 45 meters of the escape pipe had been inserted into the debris till this morning, and the operation to free the workers is in the final stretch. In all, 57 meters of the rubble have to be breached to reach the workers. However, last night the drilling machine had hit a hard obstacle and drilling of the 800mm diameter steel pipes was halted for some hours. Officials therefore say that it may take up to 15 hours more before the last pipe to prepare the escape passage for the trapped workers is fully pushed through the rubble and the workers are finally brought out. Outside the tunnel, arrangements have been made to provide immediate medical care to all the workers once they get evacuated. A 41-bed separate ward has been prepared at the Community Health Centre in Chinyalisore for them. As many as 41 ambulances have been kept ready outside the tunnel to rush them to hospital if need be as soon as they crawl out. A 15-man NDRF team has been enlisted for the rescue mission. With a paramount focus on ensuring the safety and prompt evacuation of the 41 trapped workers, the government is escalating its rescue operations at the tunnel. Specifically, attention is directed towards a 2-kilometer section of the tunnel where concrete work has been completed to fortify the safety measures for the workers. In this secured section of the tunnel, essential services are operational, both electricity and water supply are functioning, and provisions such as cooked food and medicines are being delivered as well. My colleague Nivriti Mohan spoke to former advisor to the PMO Bhaskar Kulbe about the ongoing rescue operations. Listen in.
We have right now Bhaskar Kulbe, the former PMO advisor, with us, who is looking after the operations, rescue operations over here. Sir, how is the rescue operation going on? And there was an obstruction that was there yesterday night. So, has it been cleared? What was the obstruction?
The obstruction was a lattice girder that was at the mouth of the pipe that we had thrust yesterday, 45 meters. That obstruction has been successfully removed, and the entire work is now focusing on reassembling the pipes for a fresh push of 6 meters, which takes, besides assembly, welding and pushing, roughly about 4 hours. Our calculation as of now is that we have to negotiate a distance of 60 meters to safely reach our friend workers who are trapped inside. So if it is 60, 18 meters more means that roughly about 14 to 15 hours, unless something else happens, are required to reach the site, and we hope that we will be able to do that.
How many meters have been navigated?
45
meters. It was told that up to the obstruction came at about 50 meters, in between 45 to 50 meters. Is it so, sir?
No, we have only done 45.
Okay. So,
we have only done 45. So there is no point in talking about what has happened beyond 45. No one has actually gone beyond 45.
So how when do you expect the workers to be out of the tunnel?
No, as I said, plain calculations are that 14 hours would be required to reach the site. Thereafter, preparatory work by the NDRF team, which is already here, will take about an hour or 2 hours, and then we will be able to get them out if everything goes on as smoothly as it is now.
Okay. There were talks that the auger machine has also been damaged due to falling of the girder inside. Had the girder fallen with the muck or without muck?
No, it was at the mouth of the pipe that the lattice had come. So, auger has been repaired to the extent it could be, and we have taken corrective steps to improve the movement of the auger inside the pipe.
What are the medical arrangements that have been made?
Everything that is required is here.
So this was Bhaskar Khulbe, the former PMO advisor, and the man who is looking after the rescue operations over here, who was talking to us, and he's told us that he has confirmed on 45 meters of digging, and the pipes have been inserted up to 45 meters. That was the update that we had got yesterday. So this is the official update that is coming from Bhaskar Khulbe right now, and remaining 18 meters, he says, is yet to be digged and yet to be drilled, and pipes have to be inserted through the drilled portion. So he is saying that it is the auger machine was not damaged, and they are resetting the auger machine to insert the pipes that are of different dimensions. Like they are using pipes of dimensions like 900 meters, 900 mm, 800 mm, 700 mm. So the machine needs to be adjusted accordingly. So that is what is being done right now, and they are hopeful that the workers will be taken out soon, but how much time will it take? He has not confirmed it. Nivriti Bohan, News 9+.
And let's listen in to what Chief Minister of Uttarakhand has to say.
मीटर जो पाइप है ऑगर मशीन के उसके कारण से जा चुका है और रेस्क्यू अब अंतिम चरण में है। कुछ बाधाएं आ रही हैं, हम भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं कि जल्दी से जल्दी वो पूरा हो और जल्दी से जल्दी हमारे सभी श्रमिक भाई सकुशल बाहर आए। यहाँ पर उनके बाहर निकलने के लिए सारे इंतजाम किए गए हैं। एम्बुलेंस तैयार है, अस्पताल भी पूरी तरह से उनके इलाज के लिए और जो भी चेकअप वगैरह होने हैं वो सब हम लोग कर रहे हैं। उनके परिजनों से भी लगातार हमारे प्रशासन के लोग, स्थानीय लोग, सभी लोग उनका मनोबल बढ़ा रहे हैं और हमारा प्रयास है और सारे विशेषज्ञ इसमें लगे हुए हैं, पूरे मनोयोग से काम कर रहे हैं, पूरी मेहनत से कर रहे हैं। रात दिन रेस्क्यू चल रहा है।
41 men are coming home. I don't know when. They're going to be safe, okay?
Can we cut the steel part?
Top of the mountain, make sure that door's okay, the side of the mountain, that door's okay, the back of the mountain. But this front door, at the moment, it's like we're there, we're knocking.
Yeah.
We know the guys are on the other side, but we can't get in. So I'm just going to go have a look and see what's happening.
Just to give you a perspective, the 41 workers are trapped between Barkot and Silkyara in the 2-kilometer long tunnel. Pipes are being drilled through the debris to reach the trapped workers. That's a bit of a perspective that we are giving you as to where exactly they are stuck and what is being done to rescue them. Now, 900 millimeter pipes have been inserted already to provide them with food and oxygen. Take a look. That's the 900 millimeter pipes which has been inserted so that they can get food as well as they can get oxygen so that they can breathe easy. Simultaneously, vertical drilling is being done by ONGC. Right on top, if you can see the vertical drilling which is being carried on by the ONGC and also the SJVNL to try and reach the workers as soon as possible. So this is entirely the perspective of what all is going on right now, ladies and gentlemen, for food and pipe, 900 millimeter of pipes, and two organizations, one being ONGC and the other being SJVNL, which are also drilling to see to it that they reach the workers as soon as possible. Now, it's a narrow stretch of the tunnel that has been blocked by debris, but the nature of the rocks in this belt is making the rescue efforts all the more challenging. Both vertical and horizontal drilling have associated risks, and the auger machines that are being used face pressure from obstacles like rocks. So, that is a bit of a recce that we are giving you on why it is so challenging, considering there are several obstacles which are being faced by the auger machine, which was actually requisitioned from New Delhi. That's because of the nature of the rocks in this belt, which is making the entire operation extremely challenging. There are now 3 stages when you speak about the rescue plan on your screens right now. Once the drilling is over and it's carrying out, as per protocol and operation, once the drilling is done and pipes are laid to the workers, they will have to crawl out to safety, and I'm sure they can. Barely 10 to 14 meters of drilling is yet to be completed. The auger machines are drilling approximately 1 meter per hour. So those are the stages for the rescue operation of the trapped workers who are trapped there for more than 10 days now. Multiple methods are being employed to bring out the workers to safety. And my colleague Nivriti Mohan has more on the rescue operation as she is right on ground zero. Let's listen in.
अगर आप देखेंगे, सबसे पहले तो हम आपको इस टनल का ही नज़ारा दिखा देते हैं, जिसमें आप देखेंगे कि काम चल रहा है, कार्य चल रहा है। सुबह सुबह के समय में एक एम्बुलेंस कुछ इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स को लेकर एम्बुलेंस में कुछ इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स को लाया गया था और अंदर तक पहुंचाया गया था, तो काफ़ी हलचल मच गई थी कि ये एम्बुलेंस किस लिए ले जाई गई है, क्या कोई घटना तो नहीं घटी है। लेकिन बाद में पता चला कि एम्बुलेंस बाहर खाली ही वापस आई थी, शायद कुछ मशीनों को अंदर तक पहुँचाया गया था। आप अभी वहाँ पर देख सकते हैं जो लोग इस मलबे की क्लियरेंस में लगे हुए हैं और ड्रिलिंग का काम कर रहे हैं, वो लोग भी आपको अभी टनल के अंदर नज़र आएंगे। लगातार टनल से मशीन के चलने की आवाज़ आ रही है, थोड़ा थोड़ा सा धुआं भी उठ रहा है जो कि मशीनों से उठ रहा है, और अलग अलग तरीके की मशीन्स भी आप देख पाएंगे किस तरीके की मशीनों का इस्तेमाल हो रहा है। बहुत ही हाई क्लास, हाई दर्जे की मशीनें हैं जो यहाँ पर न सिर्फ देश भर से बल्कि बाहर से मंगाकर इस्तेमाल की जा रही हैं। आप देखिएगा किस तरीके की मशीनों का इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है। जो बड़ी बड़ी मशीनें हैं, जो पता चला है, हमें जानकारी मिली है, लगभग 30 से 35 बड़ी बड़ी मशीनों का इस्तेमाल यहाँ पर किया जा रहा है, और छोटी मोटी मशीनें जो हैं जिनका इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है उसका आंकड़ा तो फ़िलहाल नहीं है, लेकिन बड़ी मशीन्स जो हैं, जो काफ़ी बड़ी हैं, उनका 30 से 35 मशीनों का इस्तेमाल यहाँ पे हो रहा है। और जो वर्कर्स काम कर रहे हैं रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन में इस वक्त, चाहे वो NDRF के हों, SDRF के हों, ONGC के हों, या अलग अलग एजेंसीज जो भी यहाँ पे काम कर रही हैं, उन वर्कर्स को आप देखेंगे या चारों तरफ अलग अलग एजेंसी के वर्कर्स आपको नज़र आएंगे। तो ये वर्कर्स की संख्या भी कम से कम 250 से 300 के आसपास जो वर्कर्स हैं वो काम कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे। बाकी आप सुरक्षा एजेंसी को भी देख सकते हैं जो यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं, चाहे वो बॉर्डर रोड्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो या ITBP के लोग हों, पुलिस के लोग हों, वो सब यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। मीडिया कर्मी यहाँ पर भारी तादाद में मौजूद हैं क्योंकि इतनी बड़ी घटना है। देश भर से मीडिया के लोग यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं, और रात भर से एक्चुअली कल शाम में जो अपडेट मिला था वो ये मिल रहा था कि बहुत तेज़ गति से काम चल रहा है। जब तक ये ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन नहीं आई थी तो उसके पहले तक ये अंदाज़ा था कि हो सकता है कि रात भर में ही जो अंदर वर्कर्स फंसे हुए हैं उनको बाहर निकाला जा सकेगा, लेकिन क्योंकि कुछ ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन आ गई, दिक्कत पेश आ गई, तो अभी ऐसा नहीं हो पाया। यही वजह कि रात भर ये मीडिया कर्मी भी यहीं पे मौजूद रहे और रात भर कोई भी अपने होटल्स में जहाँ जहाँ भी इनकी बुकिंग्स हुई थी वापस नहीं गए। तो बाकी अथॉरिटीज़ का आना जाना भी लगा हुआ है, और कुछ VIPs के आने की भी संभावना जताई जा रही है कि यहाँ पर आ सकते हैं। साथ ही ये अगर आपको ये बैरिकेड दिखाएंगे हम, इस बैरिकेड से आगे मीडिया कर्मियों को जाने की इजाज़त नहीं है, बस यहीं तक आप आ सकते हैं। यहाँ से जितनी रिपोर्टिंग कर सकते हैं, जो कुछ आप व्यूज़ दिखा सकते हैं, विजुअल्स दिखा सकते हैं, बस यहीं तक आप दिखा पाएंगे। साथ ही आप वो येलो कलर में ये जो बिल्डिंग दिख रही है, ऊपर एक टेंट सा लगा हुआ है जहाँ पे NDRF के लोग हैं, ऊपर आप देखेंगे। उसके नीचे एक ब्लू कपड़े से ढकी हुई एक बिल्डिंग है और वही टेंट भी लगा हुआ है काले कलर रंग का। उसके नीचे जो पीली दीवार आपको दिख रही है और कुछ मेडिकल फैसिलिटी का सामान भी दिख रहा है, तो ये एक मेडिकल फैसिलिटी यहाँ पे टेम्परेरी बनाई गई है कि अगर जब वर्कर्स को बाहर निकाला जाएगा तो उस समय अगर किसी को फर्स्ट एड की या इमीडिएट मेडिकल की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, हालांकि सभी को ही इस मेडिकल रूम में ले जाया जाएगा जहाँ तक मुझे लगता है, क्योंकि सभी को ही प्राइमरी हेल्थ चेकअप की ज़रूरत होगी। तो यहाँ पर ये मेडिकल फैसिलिटी सेटअप की गई है और यहाँ वर्कर्स को लाया जाएगा पहले, और फिर उसके बाद किसको कहाँ पहुँचाना है, कौन से अस्पताल में पहुँचाना है, ये तय करके फिर उन्हें आगे भेजा जाएगा।
Moving on, a clash erupted between Nihang Sikhs and police officials at Gurudwara Akalbanga in Kapurthala. A Punjab police constable was killed and 5 policemen were injured when Nihang Sikhs in Kapurthala Sultanpur Lodi opened fire in the wee hours of Thursday. The deceased constable has been identified as Jaspal Singh, who was posted at Sultanpur Lodi police station. 2 of the Nihang groups have been at loggerheads for the past 3 days over the control of the Gurudwara Akal Banga, situated opposite to the main Gurudwara, Beer Sahib. However, the situation escalated early on Thursday morning after the police tried to vacate the Gurudwara from the Nihang group fronted by Man Singh. His members started firing indiscriminately at the police team, killing a police constable and injuring 5 policemen who were presently admitted in a local hospital. Tension prevailed in the area before the birth anniversary of the first Sikh master Guru Nanak Dev, which is scheduled on 27th of November. As per available information, the Nihangs, who are heavily armed, have locked the Gurudwara from the inside. The police have barricaded the whole area and initiated talks with the Nihang group to vacate the premises. According to American authorities, they have foiled a plot to kill Khalistan terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannu on US soil. The information was communicated to India. The External Affairs Ministry said that the US had raised information pertaining to a nexus between organized criminals, gun runners, terrorists and others. The MEA said the information received was a cause of concern for both countries and said India takes it seriously. Pannoon is a dual citizen of US and Canada. The NIA had recently filed a case against him after he threatened Air India. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav held a meeting with representatives from social media platforms to discuss deep fakes. This move is prompted by concerns regarding technology misuse, aligning with the government's determination to prompt digital platforms to take strict actions against deep fakes.
आज सोसाइटी में एक नया खतरा उभर के आया है, वो है डीप फेक्स। किसी भी व्यक्ति की इमेज को लेके, किसी भी व्यक्ति की आवाज को लेके एकदम गलत, एकदम रॉन्ग, एकदम फेक वीडियो या फेक ऑडियो बनाया जाता है, जिससे कि साधारण मानवी उससे नुकसान में रहता है। इससे हमारी सोसाइटी को नुकसान हो रहा है, हमारे सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस को नुकसान हो रहा है, हमारी डेमोक्रेसी पे बड़ा एक खतरा ये उभर के आया है। ज़रूरत है कि जल्दी से जल्दी इस पे स्टेप्स लिए जाएं, चाहे वो कानूनी हो, चाहे वो रेगुलेटरी हो, चाहे वो टेक्नोलॉजिकल हो, हर एक तरह के स्टेप्स हमको लेने की ज़रूरत है। आज सभी सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स को एक डिटेल्ड मीटिंग के लिए बुलाया गया था। सबके साथ विस्तृत चर्चा हुई, डिटेल में बातचीत हुई। सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स ने अपने इंटरनेशनल एक्सपीरियंस को भी शेयर किया और सबने क्लियरली इस खतरे को, इसकी गंभीरता को स्वीकार किया कि वाकई डीप फेक्स आज एक बहुत बड़ा सामाजिक खतरा उभर के आया है।
आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के कारण और उसमें भी डीप फेक के कारण जो एक नया संकट आ रहा है, ये बहुत बड़े संकट की तरफ जाएगा समाज में, और शायद वो असंतोष की आग भी बहुत तेजी से फैला सकता है। मैंने अभी एक वीडियो देखा जिसमें मैं गरबे गा रहा हूं और मैं खुद भी देख रहा क्या बढ़िया बना है।
Recent incidents involving deepfake videos targeting prominent people have gone viral, causing widespread outrage and raising concerns about the misuse of technology and tools to generate fabricated content as well as narratives. Daughter of the cricket icon Sachin Tendulkar, Sara Tendulkar, found herself targeted by numerous fraudulent accounts bearing verification marks on X, formerly known as Twitter. These accounts shared deepfake images of Sarah's, sparking her concern over the misuse of technology. Prime Minister Modi cautioned about the significant dangers posed by deepfakes, emphasizing their potential to ignite widespread discontent within a diverse society like ours. The Prime Minister called for a proper look into the lightning fast growth of artificial intelligence amid safety concerns and asked Group of 20, that is G20 nations, to work jointly on addressing this issue. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also recalled seeing a morphed video of himself doing the Garba.
आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के कारण और उसमें भी डीप फेक के कारण जो एक नया संकट आ रहा है, ये बहुत बड़े संकट की तरफ जाएगा समाज में, और शायद वो असंतोष की आग भी बहुत तेजी से फैला सकता है। मैंने अभी एक वीडियो देखा जिसमें मैं गरबे गा रहा हूं और मैं खुद भी देख रहा क्या बढ़िया बना है।
In Jammu and Kashmir, an encounter between terrorists and joint forces of the army and JK police continues in the Bajimo area of Rajouri district. 2 officers and 2 jawans lost their lives in the encounter on Wednesday. The encounter broke out on Wednesday morning after Indian Army and Jammu and Kashmir police launched a cordon and search operation to trace terrorists hiding in the area.
The following content may contain visuals that are disturbing, graphic, or sensitive in nature. Viewer discretion is advised. This material is intended for mature audiences and may not be suitable for all viewers. Please exercise caution while watching, and if you find such content distressing, we recommend discontinuing viewing. This disclaimer is provided to ensure awareness and to prioritize viewer well-being.
The war between Israel and Hamas has entered its 48th day. Israel says the planned exchange of some Palestinians held in Israeli prisons for Israeli hostages in Hamas has now been delayed until at least Friday. Reports say the exercise has been delayed because of technical issues and because the operational plan for the release of hostages is not yet ready. Also, Israel is yet to receive the list of names of hostages who are to be released. Israel's Supreme Court has meanwhile rejected an appeal to block the release of Palestinian prisoners. Also, the war against the Hamas continues unabated. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that Israel is winning the war and will continue to fight until complete victory is achieved. Israeli forces continued attacking across the Gaza Strip from land, sea and air ahead of the temporary truce. Over 14,100 Palestinians have been killed, with over 5,840 children as casualties. 69 IDF soldiers have been killed so far in the ground operations. The delay in the ceasefire and the hostage deal was announced by the Israeli National Security Advisor Zachi Hanegbi. An Israeli source speaking to Haaretz said that there shall be no cessation of hostilities in Gaza until a finalized timeline for the agreement with Hamas is established. The ceasefire was originally scheduled to commence at 10 a.m. on Thursday, with the release of hostages anticipated shortly thereafter. Consequently, there has been no halt in the fighting between Israel and Hamas for the time being. Multiple blasts sounded over the Gaza skyline as plumes of smoke drifted over the embattled enclave ahead of the start of a truce deal between Israel and Hamas. The Israel-Hamas deal was reached early on Wednesday for the freeing of 50 hostages who have been held in Gaza in exchange for the release of 150 Palestinian prisoners, which shall be repeated later this month. A part of the current deal, which is due to begin on Thursday, Israel shall pause its almost 7-week-old Gaza war to enable both the staggered recovery of 50 hostages, all of them women or children, and entry of aid for Palestinians. The Israeli army has revealed a reinforced tunnel located beside Al-Shifa Hospital in Gaza. The tunnel was equipped with facilities such as a bathroom, kitchen and an air-conditioned meeting room. According to the army, this tunnel served as a command post for Hamas fighters. Accessible through an outdoor shaft in the hospital complex grounds, the area was once densely populated with Palestinian civilians allegedly used as human shields by Hamas during the times of the conflict. Take a look.
In the Shifa hospital compound, we're underneath the ground. We are approximately between the Qatarian building is above us, and this is the way to the street, meaning this is a way that goes outside from the hospital. We are talking about a tunnel which is more than this, only this specific area is more than 300 meters of a tunnel. So this area goes directly outside of the hospital, approximately to one of the areas outside, maybe a mosque, maybe an apartment, and it's blocked. It's blocked and sealed. They knew that we were going to come here more than a month ago, and they sealed it. And now we're going to see the infrastructure of the tunnel. This tunnel is a complex tunnel. It's not the ones that we know. It's more convenient for a long living, like you have toilets and you have rooms that were built in order to contain people. But this room is an operational room that had communication with electricity provided from the sources of the hospital, meaning the hospital is providing electricity. This room was evacuated and all the gear was evacuated. I guess it was evacuated when they knew or understand that we're going to enter into Shifa Hospital. You can see how long it is. The warriors in front of us are going inside the tunnel. You can see a small kitchen. So it will provide them food, water, etc. All these facilities of water and food are coming from the hospital, meaning they're using the hospital infrastructures They're using the hospital infrastructures in order to provide this terror mechanism to stay alive and survive. I want to show you more rooms. More rooms. This is a room, where you can sleep, eat, make command control. It also has an air conditioning. This air conditioning goes above the hospital. One of the reasons that allows us to understand this complex is we found the engine of the air conditioner, of course, outside, next to the Qatari compound, inside the hospital, full electricity. The gear that was inside here was evacuated before we entered, but look at the ceiling. This is not just a regular tunnel. This is a high facility compound. Also more toilets here. Of course, they tried to seal it. Also with sand and other components that we will not be able to enter here. We evacuated the sand. We open up those entrance so we can go in, but they trying to ruin this tunnel in order for us not to be able to enter. You can see the stairs here going down. Electricity from all over the sides are electricity. All this electricity compound, all this electricity gear, of course, comes out from the hospital. The hospital provides, in that sense, electricity to this terror mechanism of the tunnel. This is a unique signature of the arches. The arches are a unique technique by Hamas, building the tunnels. It's something that was designed in the last 15 years. This unique every area that we see arches are we understand that it assembles, that it has a tunnel next to it. This is how we revealed some of the tunnels, so it's a unique structure of Hamas tunnels in the last 15 years. The warriors, it took time to make sure that this area is not booby-trapped. We were worried that it was booby-trapped. Cleaning this area, opening it so we can go inside, was a huge task for the forces of the special units that were here. Where the warrior is standing here, it goes directly to the street, meaning it again goes out from the hospital to the north side of the hospital, where we found another tunnel which has an elevator like the Rantisi tunnel, and it goes up and goes out. So it's all a tunnel systems that ends in the hospital. It's a mechanism of a tunnel system that ends in the hospital. Now we're going to turn left and go out again in the hospital just to see the size of the tunnel. This is the blast. This is the blast door. The one that we opened, where we have seen in the movie that we reached to the blast door. We took us time to open it. We were making sure it's not booby trapped. These blast doors allows them to prevent blasts by our Air Force, meaning it can maintain the preservation of parts of the tunnel to be protected, and also it's part of fighting. So if an enemy reaches to the door, you can fight him through the door. So it's a really sophisticated mechanism in that sense, designed to fight. And all this mechanism above us is a hospital. Above us, patient, wounded, doctors, all being a human shield for this tunnel system here at Shifa Hospital. The electricity you see is the electricity that provide the communication, the command and control, meaning from those tunnels you can command and control all the terror mechanism waging war outside in Gaza. This is why all the battalion's commander, all the senior commander terrorists came here to command their operation, went outside, went back to the hospital to do command and control.
בפתח יציאה, אי אפשר לעלות מפה כי נסקנו את הסולם, אבל אפשר לתת תמונה של הסולם.
This is the way out with the stairs. This way out, when we entered with the bulldozer, all the sand fell down. So it's not now it's not available to go out. But we will show you, because you remember the movie that we showed with the drone.
According to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the Red Cross will be allowed to visit the remaining hostages in Gaza. Netanyahu also said Israel was winning the war against the Hamas and would continue the war until it achieved complete victory.
המתווה שהושג לא יכלול שחרור רוצחים, והוא כן כולל הסכמה של נציגי הצלב האדום, לביקורים יותר נכון של נציגי הצלב האדום אצל החטופים והעברת תרופות אליהם. אני שמעתי שיש מי שכופר על זה. הצלב האדום אמר שהוא לא שמע, אז הנה הסעיף המפורש. יתאפשר לצלב האדום לבקר את יתר החטופים ולספק להם תרופות נחוצות, ואני מצפה שהצלב האדום יעשה את העבודה שלו. אנחנו מנצחים ונמשיך להילחם עד לניצחון המוחלט.
Amidst the ongoing Israeli conflict, the residents of Gaza are grappling with fuel shortages, prompting a return to traditional methods for baking bread and also preparing limited food supplies. With electricity in very short supply, the people of Gaza are increasingly relying on traditional clay ovens. However, the scarcity of resources, especially for staple food like bread production, remains a significant challenge in the camps. An Israeli airstrike targeted the Ovaida family building in eastern Rafah, resulting in the death of several residents. This event has raised doubts about the effectiveness of the impending truce between Israel and Hamas, scheduled for the following day. Eyewitnesses in Rafah confirmed the airstrike, leading to skepticism amongst residents regarding the viability of the proposed ceasefire. In response to the skepticism, Palestinians expressed disbelief, emphasizing that the ongoing massacres contradict the notion of a truce. Some said, "What truce are you talking about with these massacres taking place? Is this called a truce? These are massacres." Before the truce and after, Israel will continue to commit genocide. The agreed upon ceasefire, spanning at least 4 days, is intended to facilitate aid delivery and the release of 50 hostages held by militants. A U.S. warship, the USS Thomas Hudner, shot down several Houthi kamikaze drones launched from Yemen over the Red Sea, the United States Central Command said on Thursday, that is 23rd of November. U.S. Central Command said that the drones were shot down while the U.S. warship was on patrol in the Red Sea. No damage or injuries were reported to the ship or its crew. Houthi rebels seized a cargo ship in the Red Sea earlier this week and have previously launched drones that were also shot down by U.S. forces. And in some other international stories, social media videos captured a vehicle explosion on the Rainbow Bridge connecting Canada with the United States at Niagara Falls, resulting in a plume of thick smoke as well as flames. Tragically, both the driver and passenger lost their lives in the blast, while a U.S. Customs and Border Protection officer sustained injuries. Governor Kathy Hochul of New York stated on Wednesday that a preliminary investigation has found no evidence of a terrorist attacks in connection with the Rainbow Bridge explosion at the Niagara Falls.
A vehicle exploded at the Rainbow Bridge connecting the United States and Canada at Niagara Falls on Wednesday, prompting authorities to close all 4 border crossings between Western New York and Canada. Media reports say 2 people in the vehicle were killed in the blast and 1 Border Patrol official was injured. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau spoke to Parliament about the incident.
This is obviously a very serious situation in Niagara Falls. There was a vehicle explosion at the Rainbow Bridge crossing. I've been briefed by the NSIA and the Minister of Public Safety. CBSA, RCMP, and Transport Canada are all fully engaged in providing the necessary support. There are a lot of questions, and we are following up to try and get as many answers as rapidly as possible. We are in close contact with U.S. officials and will continue to work closely with them.
The FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force was mobilized to investigate, according to New York Governor Kathy Hochul. Sources told Reuters early assessments indicated the explosion was likely caused by a reckless driver. Border agency officials in the United States had no immediate comment, while their Canadian counterparts did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Representatives for the U.S. State Department also did not immediately respond to a request for comment on the reported border closures.
A mysterious version of pneumonia has broken out in China with an influenza-like illness, especially amongst children. The outbreak was first reported by Chinese authorities in the northern part of the country. The symptoms of pneumonia still haven't been linked or identified to a known pathogen. The primary symptoms are, of course, fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing, only some severe cases requiring hospitalization. Reports have ruled out this being a novel coronavirus. Chinese health authorities and the World Health Organization is looking for the cause as well as the cure. WHO has asked China to be vigilant and to take measures to control the spike. The WHO has requested China for a detailed information on the outbreak. People in affected areas must take precautionary measures according to World Health Organization guidelines. There is also emphasis on the need for robust public health systems and preparedness for emerging infectious diseases. Moving on, Fiji's Prime Minister Sitiveni Rabuka has revealed that the Pacific Islands nation is likely to collaborate with China on a key port modernization and shipyard project. The decision follows discussions with Chinese President Xi Jinping during the APEC forum in San Francisco last week. Rabuka emphasized Fiji's alignment with China's vision for global security and noted that Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative aligns with Fiji's development agenda. On Thursday, North Korea said that it shall deploy stronger armed forces and new weapons on its border with South Korea, a day after Seoul suspended part of a 2018 military accord between the two Koreas in a protest over Pyongyang's launch of a spy satellite. North Korea's defense ministry said in a statement that it would restore all military measures it had halted under the deal with South Korea. On Wednesday, South Korea suspended part of the inter-Korean deal in response to Pyongyang's launch and said it would immediately step up surveillance along the border with the North. South Korea's Defense Minister Shin Won-sik attended a parliamentary session of the National Defense Committee. Listen in to what he had to say.
The partial suspension of the September 19 military accord is a necessary measure to protect the lives and safety of our people. It is a corresponding measure against North Korea's provocations and a minimal defensive action.
Beating all the predictions, so far the far-right Freedom Party of Geert Wilders has won the Dutch polls. Exit polls show his party winning 35 out of 150 seats, 10 seats ahead of his closest rival, former EU Commissioner Frans Timmermans' Labour or Green Left combination. Wilders' party will thus lead the next coalition government in the country. In a victory speech, Wilders vowed to bring an end to a tsunami of asylum and immigration. However, forming a broad coalition led by Wilders faces challenges as leaders of other major parties have expressed reluctance to join a PBB-led coalition. After the 2021 election, it took over 271 days to form a four-party arrangement. Let's listen in to what Wilders said after the win.
Politics for 25 years now, and this is the happiest day of my life so far in politics. We became the #1 party by far. I mean, it's what a lot of people, if you would have asked them a year ago, would call you mad, and it happened today. So I'm very proud, I'm very happy, and it brings along a lot of feeling of responsibility. People expect our agenda of hope, tougher asylum and immigration policy, the people getting more money to pay for their utilities and groceries.
PVD party leader Dylan Yesil-Gause was earlier tipped to win the polls. She admitted defeat, adding that her party did not offer enough workable solution. Yesil-Gause admitted that the outcome of the Dutch elections was disappointing just about an hour after exit polls were announced on Wednesday.
Let me start congratulating Geert Wilders from the Freedom Party, Frans Timmermans from PVDA, Labour, Pieter Omtzigt from centrist NSC, and of course the other winners. Well done. For us, the outcome was disappointing. I think politicians have big lessons to learn from this. We did not listen enough to the people, and we did not offer enough workable solutions. We don't get to take the initiative this time, but I am very proud of the party and all of you.
Republican candidates are gearing up for the crucial Iowa caucuses. Reports indicate that former President Trump is the runaway favorite in the race for Republican presidential candidature. Trump led his main rival and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis by around 10 points nationally, according to surveys. Trump's dominance in the presidential candidacy race is evident at around 60% support. Donald Trump seems unbeatable according to surveys. Even in a one-on-one contest, challengers face a tough road against him. This lead grew notably after Mike Pence and Senator Tim Scott exited the race. Scheduled for 15th of January 2024, the Iowa Republican presidential caucuses hold immense importance within the party primaries for the 2024 presidential election. Trump's popularity in Iowa closely mirrors his national standing within the Republican Party. Let's look at some of the stories at home. In very disturbing news coming from Delhi, a 16-year-old boy stabbed a 17-year-old boy, and that too multiple times for a mere 350 rupees. According to Delhi police, the incident took place late last night, that is 21st of November, in the Welcome neighborhood of Northeast Delhi. The police said the 16-year-old was inebriated during the incident and broke out into a frenzied jig while committing the crime, as has been recorded in the CCTV cameras from the area. News 9 brings you a report from the spot.
राजधानी दिल्ली के वेलकम थाना इलाके में एक 16 साल के नाबालिग ने 17 साल के नाबालिग की लूट के इरादे से हत्या कर दी। दरअसल जानकारी के मुताबिक 21 तारीख की रात तकरीबन 11:15 बजे के आसपास दिल्ली पुलिस को जानकारी मिली थी कि गली नंबर 18 मजदूर कॉलोनी में एक 16 साल के नाबालिग ने एक शख्स की हत्या कर दी है। मामले की जानकारी मिलने के बाद पुलिस मौके पर पहुंची और घायल को अस्पताल में भर्ती कराया गया, जहां पर डॉक्टर्स ने उसे मृत घोषित कर दिया। पुलिस ने इलाके में लगे सीसीटीवी फुटेज को खंगाला और उसके बाद नाबालिग को धर दबोचा। पुलिस की जांच में निकल के सामने आया कि लूट के इरादे से 16 साल के नाबालिग ने हत्या की वारदात को अंजाम दिया था। जब उसने चाकू से वार किए और उसके बाद जब युवक की मौत हो गई, उस वक्त उसने उसकी जेब से करीब 350 रुपये निकाल लिए थे। इस पूरे मामले का एक सीसीटीवी भी सामने आया है और सीसीटीवी कैमरे की फुटेज में साफ दिखाई दे रहा है कि कैसे 16 साल के नाबालिग ने 17 साल के नाबालिग की हत्या को अंजाम दिया। वो लगातार ताबड़तोड़ चाकू से उस शख्स पर हमला करता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। ये सीसीटीवी कैमरे के अंदर ये पूरी वारदात कैद हुई है और ठीक इसी जगह पर उसने इस वारदात को अंजाम दिया था। पहले उसने 17 साल के नाबालिग का गला दबाया, जब वो बेसुध हो गया तो उसके बाद चाकू से उस पर ताबड़तोड़ वार किए। करीब 80 से ज़्यादा उसने चाकू से शख्स के ऊपर वार किए, जिसके बाद उसकी मौत हो गई। सीसीटीवी कैमरे की फुटेज में साफ दिखाई दे रहा है कि इस गली से वो जो 17 साल का नाबालिग है उसे खींचते हुए 16 साल का नाबालिग यहाँ लेके आया था और उसके बाद चाकू से लगातार वो वार कर रहा था। वारदात को अंजाम देते हुए वो डांस करता हुआ भी नजर आ रहा है और इलाके के लोग जब उसे रोकने की तरफ इशारा कर रहे हैं तो वो चाकू से उन्हें डराता हुआ नजर आ रहा है और ये इशारा कर रहा है कि वो लोग घर के अंदर चले जाएं। तो किसी भी तरह का खौफ उस 16 साल के नाबालिग के अंदर नजर नहीं आ रहा था। इलाके लोग काफी दहशत में थे। पुलिस ने 16 साल के नाबालिग को पकड़ लिया, उससे लगातार पूछताछ की गई, लेकिन जिस तरह से ये वारदात सामने आई है उसने अपने आप में कई सवाल खड़े कर दिए हैं। 17 साल का नाबालिग जो था वो जाफराबाद इलाके का रहने वाला था। इस वक्त इलाके के लोग मौजूद हैं, उनसे बातचीत करने की कोशिश करते हैं। आपने देखा था तब क्या हुआ था यहाँ पर? वो जो
गेट बंद था, हमें नहीं पता, गेट बंद था।
चिल्ला रहा था वो?
चिल्लाया है जब देखा बस।
तो उस वक्त क्या देखा था? वो डांस कर रहा था?
हाँ, डांस कर दिया था बस, और कह रहा था मैंने मर्डर कर दिया, मैंने मर्डर कर दिया, वो ये कह रहा था। और कुछ नहीं देखा हमने, क्योंकि गेट बंद था हमारा। जब चीखने की आवाज़ आई ना तब गेट खोल के देखा हमने।
सीसीटीवी में दिख रहा है कि वो चाकू से डरा रहा है लोगों को कि अंदर चले जाओ, ऐसा भी
नहीं?
आपको भी डरा रहा था?
नहीं, हमें नहीं डरा रहा। हम तो गए नहीं वहाँ पर, वहाँ था वो, हम तो यहाँ खड़े हुए थे।
अच्छा, तो हाँ। लोग उसे रोकने की कोशिश कर रहे होंगे, बोलने की कोशिश किया लोगों ने?
नहीं, लोग कोई डर के मारे आए नहीं। डर के हाथ में चाकू था उनके, इस वजह से कोई आया नहीं पास में।
वो डांस कर रहा था, उसे कुछ तो देख सकते हैं कि इलाके के लोग जो हैं बता रहे हैं कि यहाँ पर किस तरह से वो डांस कर रहा था, क्योंकि काफ़ी लोग जो हैं यहाँ पे दहशत में थे। जिस तरह से इस पूरी वारदात को अंजाम दिया गया था, उस वक्त जो आसपास के लोग थे उनकी हिम्मत नहीं हुई कि वो उस 16 साल के नाबालिग के पास जा सके। आपने शायद ये सुना था सारी घटना क्या हुई थी?
नहीं जी, नहीं मैं नहीं।
तो साफ है कि पुलिस ने 16 साल के नाबालिग को पकड़ लिया है। अब लगातार जो है उससे पूछताछ की जा रही है, लेकिन जिस तरह से ये संगीन मामला सामने आया है उसने अपने आप में कई सवाल खड़े कर दिए हैं। महज 350 रुपए की लूट की वारदात को अंजाम दिया था और किस तरह से बेरहमी से जो आरोपी है वो चाकू से हमला करते हुए नजर आ रहा है और ऐसा लग रहा है कि उसके अंदर किसी भी तरह कानून का खौफ नहीं है। कैमरामैन विपुल के साथ विवेक शर्मा, TV9 भारतवर्ष, दिल्ली।
That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for watching.
Hamas attacks Israel. Israel Defense Forces strike back at Hamas.